Now to something else that you may have seen all over social media. Do these masks look familiar? Take a look at them. They're coming up now. They're a little scary, actually, but they are part of a growing wellness trend called red light therapy. Influencers on social media have been reviewing different types of red light devices and claim they may be effective at improving skin health and, listen to this, slowing the effects of aging. Devices have become so popular that the light therapy market in the U.S. is projected to grow to nearly $449 million by 2030. Dr. Rachel Nazarian, a board-certified dermatologist, is here to talk to us about all of this. Doctor, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So I've seen all these pictures of people with the red light therapy masks on. Kind of reminds me of the Scream mask from the movie.
Yeah.
But is it, I mean, clearly people are doing it for a reason. What does it do, and is it worth it?
It's a great question. So when we say red light, what we really mean is LED red light. LED stands for light emitting diode. These are very specific types of bulbs. They give you a very narrow wavelength. And with red light, now we're talking about the visible light, the rainbow, the colors of the rainbow. Red light is very unique because it sits at the very end of the spectrum, which means it has the longest wavelength and it can penetrate the deepest into the tissue, which is probably why it has all this potential to help skin.
So it's supposed to be anti-aging. What does it claim to do? What does it actually do? And are there any risks people should know about?
Well, I'll say we have a lot of studies on red light. We still need more. They need to be standardized. But I think there is no doubt that red light can be very, very beneficial to skin. What it's actually doing is stimulating the cells to create new energy. And what does our body do with energy? It cleans. So it gives you more collagen, decreases the depth of your wrinkles, can decrease the size of your pores. Now, I want to make it sort of known that this is not going to replace everything in your anti-aging game. This is not going to mean you don't do your Botox cosmetic, your fillers, your lasers. That's separate. Those are done in the doctor's office. But these red lights are really fantastic because you have the power to do them at home and safely for most people.
So what should people look for when they're shopping for an in-home or at-home device?
It's a really good question, Tony, and I think that because they're not so standardized, it can be hard to know what's what. You don't know how many light bulbs, the strength of the light bulbs, how close they are to the skin. All those things can change the efficacy of these devices. But I will tell the viewers at home, it helps to look for something that says FDA cleared, and that sits in the low energy red light spectrum. So what you don't really want is something that's necessarily, with infrared. Infrared is something you'll see combined with red light a lot these days. Infrared can give off heat. Heat is not good for all skin types, so that's something people might want to steer away from.
And what about people with darker complexions? Can they use this, or do they have to be thoughtful about which ones to get?
The beauty is if you have a low energy red light, it turns out it's safe in all skin types. Again, a lot has to do with the heat, the risk of maybe a little bit of redness, burning, swelling that happens with the higher energy types. Again, infrared is past the red light spectrum. A deeper wavelength penetrates even more into the tissue, not necessarily good for everyone.
So what are any side effects or any risks that people should know about? Or do you think this is really the future?
I think the biggest thing that people ask me is about the eye protection. So right now, we know that for most people, this is not UV light. So it's not going to damage the eyes the same way, but bright lights are not great for eyes anyway, right? So look for the masks that have the little cutouts around your eyes or the ones that come with eyewear. Unless you have a very specific and rare eye condition, these lights are generally safe at low energy levels for everyone of all skin types.
All right, Dr. Rachel Nazarian, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.